Welcome to everyone, Thinking Portfolio, People-Centric Productivity and Task Management webinar. My name is Esa Toivonen from Thinking Portfolio, and I will walk you through with what we have for productivity and task management available. First, a little bit about Thinking Portfolio. Thinking Portfolio is a portfolio platform, portfolio management platform that has a different kind of modules, and one of the modules is task management that we are looking in today. Here's a bit of picture of a view of different kind of portfolios what we do have. So more than 40 portfolios for project portfolio management, development, different kind of assets, compliance, applications, product, NPD, R&D, risk, strategy, and such portfolios. Task portfolio is a quite interesting portfolio. It's easy to use to manage personal tasks, team level tasks, and what we do next, we could look into actual hands-on demo. Here's a bit of feature list that we go through. Several features that we will look hands-on in, and talk about what are the benefits and how to use it in different cases. So welcome to everyone, and we will start with view from Thinking Portfolio task portfolio, and start to go through with different kind of task categories, activities, task types, and how to manage tasks. Okay, here is overall basic view to Thinking Portfolio task portfolio, and what I see here, I see categories, activities, tasks. I see owner information, relevancy, start and end date, status, team. I see a bit of a Gantt chart of different tasks. And first, if we look at task categories, activities, and task types. So what I have on this view is a category level, so I can have a customer insight or development kind of categories of tasks. And if I now look at the, let's say, customer insight task category, I have an activity level, customer development study, and under that study, I can have task or subtasks. On this view, I'm able to add more columns if I wish. For example, task type could be interesting, so I can go to my columns and add task type, and for example priority, I would like to add those to my view for this presentation. So now I have task types, so is it the activity or task, and I also added a priority, so I could also, for a task, I could say that is it a low or maybe a regular or critical even task from the priority point of view. So I have categories, activities, and I have under activity I have different kind of set of tasks. I could tell that who is the owner of the task, and as mentioned, the criticality and the relevancy that I could use also to sort different tasks, show me all the critical tasks and start with the ones that are most relevant, or show me just a regular task and let's start from certain relevancy, or I could set up a team level that what's the team who is working on these tasks and so on. What else I have on the view? I have the Gantt with in this case it's a monthly level view, and with the sort of normal priority, I have 14 tasks there. I will put show all just to show you that I could look at the tasks also related to certain team. I could choose that show me the unicorn team. What are the unicorn team tasks and the relevance or priority level, or other tasks that what are on a backlog, what are ongoing, what are completed. So I can, on a task level, I could do this kind of thing, or I could go for the show me all niche thinking tasks that that person has and put them in the relevance level, to order or what's the status, what is on a backlog, what's ongoing, what's completed. So very easy to navigate here. If I don't wish to have one of the columns here, I can always kind of paste them out or add new columns. So this is my personal view. So other users can have a different view to this their tasks if they wish. So there was at the owner level and there was a team level. There is a different ways of navigating and finding the tasks that are relevant for example, I just want to see a customer insight related tasks under certain activities. I could play around with that. Then I could look into different kind of utilization there. So how to do resource planning. I have sourcing here that I can see this in this case to portfolio planning and summary and recommendations level activities, and I can tell the person in certain role how they are occupied, how much time they have free to take more tasks in. It can be also set up a way that I could now that one what I looked was related to Unicorn team, so that would be the team level resource planning view then, or it can be related to a person. So I could take a person and again go to resourcing and see that how certain tasks are on a personal level, how they are. What's the utilization case for those? Again, let's have a view of let's say Unicorn team's tasks, and I can have now a kind of task Kanban level view to these tasks that a Unicorn team has on their backlog, ongoing, completed, maybe archived, and I can move them here. How these tasks, team-related tasks, are going, and I can also choose a in team certain person. So now there's this niche thinking person in Unicorn team and tasks what are on backlog and on pipeline, ongoing and completed on his Kanban. So it can be team level, personal level, hybrid out of that, and it gives us an understanding that what kind of tasks they are assigned to team or person. Then we have a time tracking. So on this view, I have a opportunity to do time hour reporting, actual hours done. So I could tell that they show me the task, what I'm working for, what I'm doing there, give a description, and say that how many hours you've been working on that task. So you can also do a quick actual hours reporting through task portfolio. Priority and relevancy things. So if I take a dive into a task that is here, take an example, business case review task. What I can see here, I can see that what organization is owning the task, what's the task category, the type, what's the activity, the description of the task, about the start and end, who owns it, status, is it ongoing, backlog completed, and this changes once I move it on my Kanban priority, and I can assign it to a certain team. What else is here? Description about the task. What I can type here. There could be a more information, can be a reference related things, certain steps, phases, if you want to have more extended data model behind the tasks. If you have projects and this task is either part of the project or it has a dependency or its connection to a project, I can tell here that this particular task has a connection to product development and also collaboration with food waste airshops named project. So and now in project portfolios that are what can be as a module on Thinking Portfolios Portfolio Hub, these two projects in a project portfolio will also then show that there is a normal priority ongoing task related to those projects. And also you can have comments, and here you can tell the relevancy of the task. So you can comment and have a dialogue related to task. So that's what you have on or behind each task. You can copy, create, remove tasks. So easily by copying tasks, it will take the information what is on a task and make a copy out of it. So that would be an easy way to let's say copy similar kind of tasks 5 or 10 times and just change a certain, let's say, location where the task, if it's a, let's say, implementation task or something, you could just say that the location where the task is assigned to is different, but keeping the same task description there. Task sourcing, and this is one thing that you could do you could source the task to a person, to a certain role, and give the resource plan there. And this is a nice way to do resourcing for the task at the same time that you are assigning the task a certain person. Also, skill tracking is a opportunity, and that's part of the task sourcing. So once you tell that you have a certain person or certain role or task that needs to be done, we can tell that what kind of skills, knowledge, experience certain task or certain roles in a task are needed, and behind skill tracking is that then you know who are the available people to do the certain task with that special knowledge or maybe a certificate needed. Then I have alerts and notifications issue. So any field what we have here, we are able to put a flag on saying that let's say if the date or status changes or you will exceed the end date or relevancy or something changes on a task, you can send a notification to a person who is connected to a task. So that person then knows all the time if something changes. Or if you have a task owner, someone who owns it and assigns it to someone, the task owner can see also that the certain task is completed, for example, and then have a knowledge that tasks are done as planned. Also, the alerts can be things that something critical, for example, just one example, if a task is critical, it might be so that if it exceeds a date that it should be done, in that case, these two things, critical and exceeded date, you will get the reminder. But if it's a low priority task and if it exceeds end date, maybe in that case you are not sending a notification, so that can be decided. If going into again to resourcing, and if looking at how to do a resource planning and allocation and how to optimize resources. So now I have three task issues here going on, and I have a security plan, a security audit plan, summary and a recommendations and a customer development study, and I have certain people here assigned for these tasks, and here is the role what they do have. So in this view, I could once see that how these three tasks here are connected to team of or group of people, and I could optimize things. For example, I could optimize personal level. Let's say that I will switch to user mode, and I would like to optimize niche this niche person tasks. So now I see that there is a customer development study and a summary and recommendations type of tasks, and I could now optimize. I could say that instead of putting 2 days there and 3 here on May, I could say that I put 3 days to customer development study, and instead 3 I put 2 days to summary and recommendations, and that way prioritize personal level certain tasks with more a resource or personal time, and that way giving more priority for that. And so this could be a bit of optimization between personal tasks or between projects if we wish, from the same view or group of tasks. Employee database is behind it, so every time I open a drop list, I have a database of employees there, and like earlier mentioned, that there's a skill tracking or competence management. I could say that who could be, let's say, head designer, and it will only introduce me those people or person who are able to do head designer's work on a certain task. In this case, summary and recommendation, we need a head designer for that to move it to the next stage. And then I find out that then there's a demo thinking as a person that can be in the role of head designer. So also, since it's an employee database, it's also it can be also a database of different kind of skills. Thinking portfolio is offered without user limitations. So we have fixed licensing, fixed price for per portfolio, meaning a fixed price for task portfolio, and you can have unlimited users on that. So you can have a 100 or 1,000 users in same task portfolio with the fixed price. So no limitations for that. What else we have? Search and filtering things. So if I go to my portfolio and I can do filtering, for example, I could filter certain persons' tasks and save the filter. So now I have that I could call it my personal projects, or it could be a filter of let's say critical tasks, and it could be a filter of critical critical tasks that I could always check out first, that are they going as planned. And what else I could search for anything what is typed into these tasks in their descriptions. For example, I could start with let's say word good, and I want to see that what tasks have a good as a word mentioned in it, and I find out that they say 2 tasks security audit, and then there's a business case review that has a word good in it. So I'm also able to then kind of search from with the keywords if I want to dive into different tasks. When there's start to be lots of tasks, this kind of searches and filters are getting very useful. Thank you for everyone for joining and participating to see how task portfolio works. So what we went through, we looked at the task categories, activities, and task types. We understood that everyone has their own kind of task view, the view to the different tasks and activities that I can modify based on how I would like to see that. There's also role-based rights, so it works that way that I'm able to see only those tasks, or I'm able to change or create tasks that I have rights to. So it's role-based. We went through different kind of roles there. There could be an owner, there could be a person who is working on the task, and so on. So task can be owned by a team, so we can look at the team level there. We went through a personal to-do lists and so on as Kanbans, for example. We'll check out this time tracking, so I'm able to report hours for the tasks, and it's easily in the same view. There is a priority and relevance for the tasks. So if you wish to use that as a guidance for how to choose projects, the tasks that you are working on, how the tasks are connected to projects, we check that. Skill tracking, how to find a resource or person who can do a certain task because of needed experience. Alerts and notifications mentioned, meaning that as an example, critical task will go over with its end date time window. We can have a alert based on that. We went through resource planning, that we can resource team, we can resource a person and optimize that. And understood that they say all employees can be introduced into Thinking Portfolio, Task Portfolio, and since we don't have any user limitations, so that's a common use case to add a lot of users into Task Portfolio. And a few words about how to integrate before we'll end the webinar, how to integrate Thinking Portfolio to different kind of systems, other system, backend systems. Yes, so Thinking Portfolio is easy to integrate to other systems. What can be a financial system, there can be a document and file sharing, it can be other team collaboration tools, Teams, Slack, things like that. There can be reporting tools, Power BI, ClickView. As such, there can be financial systems like SAP, Dynamics, Salesforce kind of solutions, or there can be other project or service management tools such as ServiceNow or so. So what we use for integrations is REST API. It's a standard API that we can use a JSON, XML, CSV type of formats to communicate with the backend system. Also, webhooks as a technology is available, giving you a chance to send a status or some kind of alert to, let's say, example of in a Teams workspace, for example, and tell that, okay, status of this task change or so. So integrations are easy to do. Thank you. My name is Esa Toivonen, and here's my contact information. If any questions or you would like to have personal demo or questions that what's available, please contact me and I'll be happy to communicate further. Thank you and take care.